In this lesson, we will discuss a powerful tool called as the Stakeholder Engagement Assessment Matrix. Quite a mouthful. This tool helps us analyze the current engagement level of stakeholders versus the desired level of engagement. On the screen, you can see the matrix being used for our ongoing Hospital EHR project. Every relevant stakeholder is measured on a scale of 5 levels of engagement. The first level is unaware, which implies the stakeholder does not know much about the project, its potential value, and their impact on the project. The second level is resistant. This is a dangerous state. The stakeholder is aware of the project, but they are resistant to the changes that will ensue because of the project. They are unsupportive of your work and the project outcomes. The reason can be anything. The third level is neutral. These stakeholders are aware of the project but neither supportive nor obstructive. The fourth level is supportive. These stakeholders are aware of the project, welcoming of the work involved, and the project outcomes. And finally, the fifth level is leading. These stakeholders are aware of the project and its impacts, and they are actively engaged in making sure the project is successful. And this is the best state for your stakeholders to be at. In this matrix, the letter C stands for current state of the stakeholder and D stands for the desired state. Now, there are a couple of problems with this tool that you should be aware of. The first problem is that often the information in this matrix is confidential and sensitive. For instance, you don't want any stakeholder to know that they have been identified as resistant. However, that is the nature of the beast, and you will find yourself working with hostile stakeholders sometimes, and you have to identify the situation. And these classifications are prescribed by PMI themselves, so this is a common enough situation, and this is the terminology that they have prescribed. The challenge is in keeping this assessment confidential and protecting the access to it, and that will be up to you. A common trick is to use a less offensive word other than resistant just for safety. The second challenge is that we assume the project manager is capable of making this assessment, important as it is. That is, the project manager should have the emotional intelligence, the social, political, and communication skills to be able to get a true reading of the situation. A common remedy is for the top drivers, PM and their boss and anybody else, to make this assessment together so that a truer reading can be possible. The third challenge is that the project manager might not have access to all the stakeholders to make a comprehensive assessment. So these were the problems involved. Now that we have made a comprehensive assessment of the stakeholders' engagement, what do we do with this? How do we drive the engagement levels up? How do we solve the problems with resistant stakeholders? I will answer these questions in the next lesson where we will examine the stakeholder engagement plan. So I'll see you there.